So today I will be taking organ function test. Organ function test, and under that I will be taking liver function test. Organ function test, what is an organ function test? किसी भी organ का function कैसा चल रहा है उसको assess करने के लिए whatever test we do is called an organ function test. In today's class, we'll be talking about how the liver functions. Just a reminder of the functions of liver. What is the point of doing an LFT or a liver function test? Understand how serum bilirubin is measured, as well as see what are the tests we do under LFT. और ये last point देख रहे हो Q&A. There will be a Q&A. So please pay attention throughout my class. You know my classes are short. Let's talk about the function of liver. Liver के कई सारे functions हैं, including metabolic, detoxification, synthetic and excretory function. एक एक करके देखते हैं. What is metabolic function? उसके अंदर सारे चीज़ों का metabolism, for example, starting with carbohydrate metabolism, gluconeogenesis, glycogenesis, glycogenolysis, galactose metabolism, all the metabolism of almost the whole carbohydrate metabolism happens within the liver. In lipid metabolism, there is cholesterol synthesis, there is bile salt synthesis, lipoprotein synthesis, and the metabolism of lipoprotein. Protein में albumin, globulin, coagulation factors 1, 2, 5, 7, 9, and 10 happens. It synthesizes those clotting factors within the liver. Then we have detoxification, excretory and synthetic function. Detoxification में क्या होता है? Exogenous substances, जो भी हम बाहर से लेते हैं, whatever we eat from outside, any toxic products, या फिर drugs, any drugs जो कि might be harmful to us get detoxified in the liver through cytochrome P450 system. Is xenobiotics done in your class? Done, no? So you would understand better about cytochrome P450 system. उसके अलावा we have Kupffer cells that helps in phagocytosis. Then we have endogenous toxic substances that are produced within the body. For example, ammonia. So that gets excreted out. That get detoxified in the liver. And bilirubin metabolism as well. तो ये जो सारे influencers you will see on Instagram and Facebook and self-help people who will tell कि आपको ये detoxify करना है, ये चीज़ें लेनी है, detoxify करनी है, ये ले लो, वो supplement ले लो, is not required as long as your liver is functioning well, as long as your kidney is functioning well. All right, it excretes bile. In excretory function, it has bile formation and urea formation. Synthesis में synthesizes a lot of things, clotting factors, hormonal factors, carrier proteins, fibrinogen, etc. तो liver function test है क्या? जितने टेस्ट हम कर सकते हैं to assess the function of the liver. So just like we used to do HbA1c, पहले classes में हमने देखा था when we measure HbA1c for sugar, for diabetes, it not only helps in diagnosis of a disease of diabetes, but also helps in monitoring, you know, the person, the sugar level of the person. उसी तरह से LFT भी not only helps in diagnosis of certain disease, but also helps in monitoring of the liver function or dysfunction. इसके कई सारे classifications हैं. For example, based on lab findings, we have group 1, group 2, and group 3. Group 1 tests for excretory function. What are the things that it excretes? So according to that, we test for serum bilirubin. Even urine gets measured, assessed for bile pigments, bile salts, urobilinogen. If we want to test for liver injury and or cholestasis, what is cholestasis? Wherever there is blockage to the flow of the bile. तो उसकी वजह से there is stasis of bile, which is known as cholestasis. So for measuring that, or if to see if there's any liver injury, we can do AST, ALT, ALP and GGT. Third group में आता है synthetic function. To see what are they synthesizing properly or not, we can see for total protein, albumin, globulin and the ratio, sometimes even prothrombin time. On the right side, I feel like it's more important classification. First, in group 1, if we have to see, there is a marker of liver dysfunction. Liver सही काम कर रहा है कि नहीं, वो देखने के लिए we measure bilirubin, total protein, albumin, globulin, age ratio, prothrombin time, along with urine, urobilinogen, bile pigments, and bile salts. If we want to see if there is any injury to the hepatocytes, we want to measure ALT and AST. In case we want to see specifically cholestasis, then ALP and GGT. ये जो राइट में है उसको याद रखना. There are many classifications. In case LFT comes in your exam, whatever book you follow, write the classification from there itself. But understand why we are doing certain tests, because it acts as a marker. We will go one by one, all of them. So for all practical purposes, we do whenever we say LFT, these are the tests we do. There are many other tests as well coming under LFT, but these are the tests. Total bilirubin, including direct and indirect, AST, ALT, ALP. इसके अलावा we can do albumin and globulin as well. Then we can do prothrombin time, age ratio and all. But those are non-specific tests. अगर clinician ने बोला है आपको करने को, then you will do it. Otherwise, we don't usually do it. Any test, any LFT test that you would see from any lab, any hospital, will include at least 6 of these. Up to ALP, you will find all of the analytes. And the reference ranges given, these reference ranges may vary. Okay, whenever किसी का भी prescription देखना, किसी का LFT report देखना, this reference range may not match with that. It differs from machine to machine, whatever machine they're using for measuring LFT or what method they're using. It changes from, even your books, whatever books you follow, there also you would see reference range is different. So in case it comes in your exam, whatever book you follow, write that. It will not be wrong, okay? So, but it will not be very different. There will be like 5 to 7 units ka hi difference hoga, not more than that. Let's talk about the first analyte, bilirubin. Bilirubin is a product of heme catabolism, and I'll talk about it in details when there is class for heme catabolism. But for now, remember, heme कहाँ से आता है? From hemoglobin. Hemoglobin कहाँ रहता है? In the RBC. Whenever RBC breaks down for any reason, we get bilirubin, basically. So heme, as you can see from the diagram, the first molecule is heme that breaks down into biliverdin in presence of heme oxygenase enzyme. फिर biliverdin बनता है bilirubin in presence of biliverdin reductase. So this bilirubin is a pigment and it's yellow in color. That is why whenever a person suffers from high bilirubin in the body or hyperbilirubinemia, there is yellowish discoloration of the skin and the sclera. And what is it called? What is it called? It's called jaundice. Very good. So what is jaundice? Hyperbilirubinemia, whenever there is an elevated level of bilirubin in the body. See, there is conjugated and unconjugated bilirubin. By now you would know. What are the reasons for unconjugated bilirubin? Bilirubin gets first conjugated in the liver. Liver में conjugation होने से पहले, if there is any rise of bilirubin, that is called unconjugated bilirubin, we will see prehepatic, meaning the reasons that are not related to liver. Before bilirubin comes to the liver, this is what we see. Any reason, if there is any reason for hemolysis, wherever there is hemolysis, there will be more breakdown of RBC, there will be more bilirubin released. तो इतने सारे bilirubin आ जाएंगे कि it will not get time to conjugate in the liver. So there is more amount of unconjugated bilirubin. काफ़ी सारे unconjugated bilirubin रह जाते हैं before it gets conjugated. So ineffective erythropoiesis, same thing. Erythropoiesis होगा नहीं, proper RBC बनेगा नहीं in the bone marrow. There will be immature RBC which will keep getting broken down and then release heme, and that gets broken down into bilirubin. Apart from that, we also have hepatic reason. Liver के ही अपने reason हैं जिसकी वजह से there is unconjugated bilirubin increment. Physiological jaundice, breast milk jaundice, all of these are physiological things that goes away on its own. So physiological jaundice are seen in babies after 24 hours of birth. Pathological jaundice happens before 20. As soon as they are born, you would see there is yellowish discoloration throughout the body. There is Gilbert disease, there is Crigler-Najjar syndrome 1 and 2, and drugs like antitubercular drugs. Gilbert disease is a disease where there is difficulty in uptake of the bilirubin. And Crigler-Najjar syndrome 1 में UDP glucuronosyl transferase enzyme deficient होता है, बनता ही नहीं है. So there is no conjugation of bilirubin, जिसकी वजह से it's a pretty fatal condition. Babies die within 2 years of age. In type 2, there is no complete deficiency. There is formation of some of these enzymes, जिसकी वजह से they have a fairly good life compared to the type 1. I'll go through all of these when we talk about heme catabolism. Then we talk about unconjugated bilirubin. We have hepatic reasons. Whenever there is any hepatocellular disease like cirrhosis, whenever there is alcohol abuse, then also we see conjugated bilirubin. Dubin-Johnson-Rotter syndrome and drugs like OCPs. Post-hepatic मतलब liver के बाद कोई भी reason है, and we have like obstructive liver disease. All of these we will see conjugated hyperbilirubinemia. Serum aminotransferases. They are AST and ALT. What is the reaction that these AST and ALT do? What is the name of that reaction? जहाँ पे there is interconversion of one amino acid to keto acid, and the keto acid becomes an amino acid. Transamination reaction. So they do transamination reaction, AST and ALT, right? Like in this picture you will see. Why are they important? Why do we do serum aminotransferases? They are important because they rises before the disease is clinically detected. Body में बाहर से कोई symptoms आने से पहले ही we will see, if we do serum test, we will see that there is rise in AST and ALT. For example, whenever there is hepatitis, say C, hepatitis B, whatever hepatitis, we will see that there is up to 50-fold rise in AST and ALT levels. Say for example, if there is alcohol liver disease, up to 8 times the normal value. AST and ALT ratio होता है, we'll go into the next slide. If this ratio is more than 2, that is highly suggestive of alcohol abuse or alcohol liver disease. In case it is more than 3, if the ratio is more than 3, that is practically confirmatory of alcohol liver disease. In cholestatic disease, it can increase up to 8-fold. So this is called de Ritis ratio, the ratio between AST and ALT. This is a normal value 0.4 to 0.8, meaning less than 1. अगर ये 2 के ऊपर चला जाता है या 1 से ज़्यादा हो जाता है, then that is pathological. Where do we see then? Like I said, alcohol liver disease, उसके अलावा in cirrhosis and even hepatocellular carcinoma. Remember these markers, they may ask you in viva as well. Next we come to ALP. So ALP, in one of your seminars also, sir has asked the same question. ALP, where is it secreted? When does ALP rises? So ALP is the only enzyme here to this class where it is secreted by both, this may be produced by both osteoblast and the bile canaliculi, epithelial cells of bile canaliculi. Why is that important? Because अगर कोई भी bony disease हो, if there is any bony disease or if there is anything, any tumor or cancer related to bones, we will see rising ALP levels. Along with that, in case there is cholestasis, then we will see, say hepatocellular carcinoma or cholestasis, we will see ALP rise. There are other reasons also where ALP rises, because it is made in bones. Therefore, say growing children, they'll have rise in ALP normally. So we have to exclude those things as well. In pregnant ladies also ALP will rise. So that is not pathological. Coming to albumin. Albumin has a relatively long half-life. What is half-life? Half-life is the time that albumin takes to become half of its concentration in the body. मतलब albumin अगर अभी raise कर गया, it will stay raised for about 3 weeks before it comes half of its normal concentration. तो अगर हम albumin को measure करें, हमको जानना है कि if the liver disease or injury to the liver में कोई भी dysfunction है, वो acute है कि chronic है, कब हुआ, कब liver dysfunction कब से शुरू हुआ, we will not get to know it. क्योंकि if we do the test today for albumin and we find that albumin is high, we do not know how long it has been high because it has half-life of 3 weeks. So it is not very specific and it doesn't give us any value about the chronicity of the disease. But फिर भी it decreases in chronic liver disease. Other than liver disease, there are other reasons also we have to exclude जहाँ albumin rise करता है. For example, if there is disease of the kidney, if there is protein enteropathy, malabsorption or malnutrition, we will see that there is decrease in albumin levels. That is unrelated to liver. Other than that, we have GGT or gamma glutamyl transferase. So this is used in the formation of glutathione in antioxidant defense classes. We'll read more about that. So it is very sensitive in detecting alcohol abuse. I think in my first class also I have talked about it. Other than alcohol abuse or alcohol liver disease, it is also seen raised in biliary tract obstruction. So ALP भी raise करता है when there is obstruction, GGT भी raise करता है when there is obstruction. Talk about prothrombin time. Prothrombin time is the time that is measured to show how long it takes for a patient specimen to clot. So because of clotting, it gives us an idea about the clotting factors that are there. So if prothrombin time is more, it is raised, that means clotting factors are not working properly. So it gives us a measure of the factors 1, 2, 5, 7 and 10. So prothrombin time is used not only for oral coagulant therapies monitoring, but it's also used for patients that suffer from DIC or if you suspect a patient having liver failure. Liver failure में clotting factors काम नहीं करेगा, in DIC में भी disseminated में भी नहीं काम करेगा. So it gives failure. It's not very specific for liver failure, but gives us an idea. So we will go for bilirubin. How bilirubin is tested? Is LFT done in your practicals? No, right? Okay, so anyway, bilirubin measurement is done by a test known as Vandenberg test. So it can be direct and it can be indirect as well. Direct कैसे measure करते हैं? This reaction, we have a reaction between diazotized sulfonylic acid. So sulfonylic acid को we add hydrochloric acid, then sodium nitrite, make it diazotized. उसके साथ we put the serum in, right? Which contains bilirubin, and then we measure when it gets added, then we get a colored product, a purple colored product. That is known as direct positive, and that is positive for direct bilirubin or conjugated bilirubin. अगर उसमें unconjugated bilirubin देखना है हमको, तो उसी conjugate पहले तो हम sulfonylic acid and bilirubin add करेंगे. And if there is no colored product, we will add alcohol to it or methanol to it, and that will give us a reaction purple color. So if there is this delayed reaction or an indirect way of seeing bilirubin, that is called indirect positive. That will give us an idea about indirect bilirubin or unconjugated bilirubin. अब चलो let's say कि एक sample में both conjugated and unconjugated bilirubin है, उसको कैसे measure करेंगे? First, we will add both of these bilirubin या serum sample जिसमें bilirubin होगा. Then we will add this reagent, will give us, let's say, no color. We'll add a color. So, if the color product is immediately seen, then we say that there is indirect. If both of them are seen, then we will understand that as both colored and indirect and direct bilirubin are present in that particular serum. Spectrophotometric determination is just put the sample in a spectrophotometer. It is a machine, and there you don't have to do all of these. The machine does it by itself. So this is, in short, the reaction. This is the protocol for bilirubin. You don't need this because if you need to do practicals, this will be given to you. Test कहाँ कितना डालना है. direct, indirect, and you measure this at 450 nanometer. This is the calculation part. So this is important. Bilirubin को measure करना है, we have to remember that bilirubin is, it reacts with UV light from the sunlight. इसीलिए हम क्या करते हैं, whenever we have to measure somebody's bilirubin, then we have to cover it. What we do in hospitals, we cover it with aluminium foil, या तो उसको thermocol के अंदर रखते हैं, so that there is no exposure to light. Because in presence of UV light, it breaks down. There is UV light in the sunlight, so it breaks down. We don't want that. You would see, so that has to be avoided, and hemolyzed sample has to be avoided. So this picture that you see is called a hemolyzed sample. यहाँ पे RBC already is broken down in the sample itself. This sample is supposed to clot. We are supposed to centrifuge it after it clots. फिर इसका ऊपर वाला part जो serum होता है उसको निकाल के measure करना होता है. But in this case, everything is looking red. This is called hemolyzed sample. You cannot be used for measurement. Then lipemic sample. The middle one is the lipemic sample. You would see thick layer of fats. ऐसे samples भी नहीं use कर सकते. This can happen in people who are obese or who had taken a very high fatty diet or carbohydrate diet the night before we do bilirubin test. उसके बाद है there is icteric. So if somebody has jaundice, or let's say high bilirubin, total bilirubin काफ़ी high है, we can even see it from the serum itself. You would see the last one, it is high colored serum. So from there also we can just know कि this person has some problem with the liver. So this is just very practical part of what we do in the hospital. Precaution क्या maintain करना है, sunlight में नहीं लेके जाना है, hemolyzed sample नहीं लेके जाना है, and samples that are lipemic जिसमें lipid ज़्यादा है, that is not used for measurement. This is the colorimetric method for ALT and AST also, जिसमें let's say in case of ALT, alpha-ketoglutarate alanine in presence of the ALT will turn into glutamate and pyruvate. Then pyruvate क्या करता है, हमारा जो reagent है जिसमें dinitrophenyl hydrazine होता है के साथ react करता है and gives a colored compound called hydrazone. This hydrazone is then measured and gives us an idea about the levels of ALT or AST. Same thing, and this is spectrophotometric method. So AST and ALT are quite stable if you keep it even in room temperature for up to 1 to 2 days. अगर उसको फ्रिज में रखा जाए 2 to 8 degrees Celsius, it goes on for about 1 week. It's amazing that just from the serum itself we can measure, we can get an estimate about liver इसका कैसा है. हमने देखा भी नहीं है liver, and then we can know the function of the liver. Get an assessment of the liver, how liver functions just from taking out 5 ml of blood. उसका serum निकाला, and then we can get an idea about how the liver is functioning. But along with that, there are certain limitations to LFT. What are they? It is non-specific. जैसा you have seen before, although we say markers of say hepatocellular injury, ये हुआ वो हुआ, but we also see that, for example, GGT rises in alcoholic liver disease, but then it also rises in obstructive liver disorders. तो अब दोनों को कैसे मतलब how to differentiate between them, right? They are not very specific for a particular disease. Gives us an idea, but it's non-specific. The other factor is external factors. LFT तो आपने कर दिया, but the result of LFT also depends on the dietary intake of the person, the drugs that they are on, if they are taking certain medication, the genetic makeup of the person can also affect LFT. I'm not talking about all of those factors today because the class will go on very long. Because liver is not visualized, हम देख नहीं रहे liver का क्या, what is the condition of the liver. So we are just making out an idea. That is again another limitation of LFT. And because LFT test has to be done, so many tests in under LFT, along with all the tests that we have discussed, there are other tests like ceruloplasmin hota hai, then 5NT test is there, then many other analytes also have, if we are not sure about someone's liver condition, we have to do certain other tests as well. So large number of tests have to be done under LFT. Shall we start the Q&A? Okay, I have a set of 10 very simple MCQs. जितनी क्लास ली है उतने में ही, मतलब it's all from the class. Starting now, first question. Which of the following enzyme is most specific for liver cell injury, hepatocellular injury? See, it is not very specific, but जितने भी टेस्ट है उसमें से सबसे specific कौन सा है? It's ALT. It's in previous slides I've mentioned. अब जहाँ ALP बढ़ा, what does it indicate? Question number 2. An elevated ALP level typically indicates what? Bile duct obstruction. ALP rises in bile duct obstruction and also in bony disease. I've mentioned before. Then, question number 3. Which protein is synthesized by the liver and measured in LFT? It's very easy. Which one is synthesized in the liver? The synthetic function of the liver. Albumin, alpha and beta chain of globulin. Question number 4. There is increase in the unconjugated bilirubin levels, and what does it indicate if there is increased level of unconjugated bilirubin? Unconjugated bilirubin. Conjugation से पहले bilirubin liver में आके conjugate हुआ नहीं है, उससे पहले ही bilirubin का level rise हो गया. RBC breakdown. So, what is the cause? Hemolysis. जितना ज़्यादा hemolysis a person has for any reason, if person is having hemolysis, there is increased breakdown of RBC, तो हमें unconjugated bilirubin मिलेगा. Because there are so many, they cannot be conjugated enough. Next, which LFT parameter indicates excretory function? Then question number 6. There is a low serum albumin level and it is most likely due to hypoalbuminemia, most common cause. Chronic liver disease. Albumin बन ही रहा है liver में, तो hypoalbuminemia कब होगा? जब liver ही function नहीं करेगा तो. GGT is elevated and very easy. Alcoholic liver disease, very good. All of this I have taught in the slides, in the previous slides. कोई नया नहीं है इसमें. Question number 8. Which is not a part of standard LFT panel? Urea, easy. Last few questions. What is D-ritis ratio? ऊपर कौन सा आता है, AST या ALT? AST. Last question. If D-ritis ratio is greater than 2, what does it indicate? It is less than 1. But अब 1 से ज़्यादा हुआ या 2 से ज़्यादा हुआ, the question is if it is greater than 2, what does it suggest? Alcoholic liver disease किसने बोला? Alcoholic liver disease किसने बोला? Be proud of your answer now if you're answering. Okay, those who said alcoholic liver disease is the correct answer. You can clap for yourself. Your class is over. Thank you.